The supreme flow of S.Gilmore, a perfect pairing for the wave here at Jeffreys Bay. But I tell you what, she's got a tough heat on her hands here, taking on world number 3, C.Marks, the Goofy. And all sorts of comparisons with great Goofies down the years for her at this famous wave. Also Bettylou Sakura Johnson, well, number 8 in the water right now. Lines absolutely steaming through the point here.
We're going to just get perfect waves all day long and into tomorrow as well. Here we go, heat underway.
So Bettylou here on a good looking wave, and she will go with a big speed turn and bring that one right down into the pocket, and again snap in the lip, redirects the board and straight on the gas. Nice turn from her, throwing plenty of spray. Great hit to finish that one off. So not the longest J-Bay ride of all time, but some spice and power in those turns.
Ponytail went flying out the back. Did you see that?
Let's check it out, Strider. And beautiful looking wave here. Great carve to start things off. Gets to the bottom of the wave, right up into the top. Good hook. Look at the pace of this thing down the line. And Bettylou just keeps going with it, matching the pace. And that final turn really tagged it. A little bit of tail release, and then the pin drop to get out of there. But look at this beautiful groomed wall here for Bettylou. That back arm nice and high. Now she brings it low, and that gives her the ability to get that power back onto the rail. Comes around this next section here, and again keeps that back arm low, driving through the turn. And well, it's a wonderfully surfed wave, no doubt about it. An incredible way to open up that final turn, being the highlight moment of this wave, no doubt. So she'll be feeling.
It's brought quality waves. Here goes the backhand attack, and assault really from C.Marks' first turn. Lightning speed. Look at the flow she's got here. Into the bowl, bang, into the lip, and just keeping that velocity down the line. Another big hit from her. Drops out of the lip, and so composed and gathered. And she is zeroing in on a section here. Gives it the treatment, belts it one more time. C.Marks absolutely streaking through the final section. A big hanger to finish. Brilliant surfing from C.Marks.
Yes, I love it. This is what, you know, as a surfer, how you want to perform. As a spectator, is what we want to see. Freaking out on this.
Cara Lupo just going for it. C.Marksy just ripped into this wave. A beautiful view from the drone here. The pace is something to note. She didn't try to hit the lip 100 times, but every time she went, she met with power and timing, and it was perfect. And the finish on the inside was absolutely fabulous. So she just met it as it closed on her. And you know what? She is having a blast out there for sure right now. And I love it. Look at this last turn. Bang! Just drops out of the sky, which just goes through impossibles right there. The style, the timing, the technique, the power, right there on the money. Hits the button. Look at the spray. That is just showing you the perfect timing that she hit the lip with, Rich.
Yeah, that's the best wave we've seen in the event so far. And, well, C.Marks, perfect timing here on the backhand. You can see just picking these moments, just waiting patiently. Now she gets on the heel side, bottom turn, eyes off the lip. You can see here now her eyes, they start going back down the line as she's performing that turn. And just so composed off the bottom. And this final maneuver here, that wave, so critical. That section just cupped out. There you go. Just, an incredible way to open up, and we got a huge score.
C.Marks, the backhand attack, 9-6-3 for her, close to perfect. Meanwhile, S.Gilmore, and a mistake from her, gets too much of it, bogs the rail and goes down.
Yes, this is Bettylou just streaking down the line there. You could see Stephanie wanted a piece of it, but she had to give way because Bettylou had priority. So a lot of down the line work done until this moment. Now she starts to dig in. You can see that wind has just puffed up a little bit. I dare say we will see either Caroline or Stephanie hit the trigger.
Here goes Marks, uses that priority straight into a mid-face speed run down the line here. There's that quiet body, and she'll fade that bottom turn, and a stinging speed hit from her. She'll keep trucking down the line. Big hit with the speed again. Big drawn out bottom turn, aggressive snap in the lip from Marks. Again, right on the money, that one. Just stabbing it vertical in the steepest, tightest part of the wave. and a finish into some shallow water. Caroline Marks will go back to first. She looks great.
Some real pressure on her opponents.
And the pace, again, she is not going for 100 maneuvers. She's just placing the perfect position on the lip line where she just knows she's going to hit the button. The buckets are going to go out the back. The points are going to get collected. You know, it's almost like standing at the slot machine, just perfect timing, just pulling down the reel. And those, you know, there's ding, 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 and then all the money comes flowing out at the end. And that's exactly what she's doing.
Well, she's getting the feature at the moment. Have a look at that bottom turn. Look at the outside fin was actually out of the water. That just shows you how much rail she was putting into that bottom turn. And it is, honestly, one of the most important maneuvers when you are surfing J-Bay is the bottom turn setup.
And the light switch goes on every time she hits the top of the wave. Look at all the spray and just the Christmas lights on the tree is just every time perfectly.
Yeah, her pathway when she does that turn, like the rotation of the board, she doesn't bring it all the way around to the point where she's losing speed. She's cutting it right at that.
Lines coming in here. We need a move from S.Gilmore. She's got priority.
Let's go, Steph. I want to see it.
All right, here she is. Absolutely driving off the bottom. A nice stinging speed turn to open up from her. She'll have to be patient here. That classic style could only really be one person. She goes into a drawn-out, extended carve of a top turn maneuver. Engaging the rail again, really just setting up the flow here onto a nice steep inside section, just feeling this one out. And then this one will open up, almost get some cover.
Because she hadn't had a good wave. She fell off on that one turn. And now this was a great wave for her to get back into the rhythm, get back into the flow. She's got enough time to get back out there and go get a 10-point ride, which she could do.
Perfect looking wave, but difficult wave to surf when you actually watch Steph ride it. She positions her maneuvers just perfectly, but really the pace of this wave only allowed her to do these longer carves, and came through to the inside section. I'm questioning whether she could have done that big closeout maneuver, that big long floater at the end.
Did sort of feel a bit like set-up turns, and she felt like just the way that wave run, you're setting up for a real big finish, which never really came, and it just kind of leaves you with that impression that it's going to compare somewhat less favorably to some of the excellent surfing we've seen in this. Looking great with the flow and all that sort of stuff we associate with her, but the strong finish, Rich, wasn't really there.
It's textbook surfing, really, from Steph when you look at the replay here. But, Paul, I think you're right. The judges want to see you commit to that final section. I think at this moment she's perhaps thinking, is there a barrel down at this final section? But she gets right out in front of it here.
Never really able to go super hard on the attack, and she's going to need to do that with the scoreboard pressure she's facing. Meanwhile, Bettylou, a steep one here with some white water to deal with, and she deals with it really well. So that turbulence and the flats of the wave, she's able to overcome that with the power.
And done that big lip gliding floater. A critical maneuver here at J-Bay, really, to finish off with.
Bettylou on the replay behind. See the little bit of froth on the face, so difficult to punch into it, but she does really well to just kind of, you know, stack up a couple of points, gets a closeout maneuver, and it's a great backup again for what she opened up with in the excellent range, right? Because she did so.
All right, here she goes. Caroline Marks already with a solid lead in this live action here. Down towards final 90 seconds in this heat, and she's put on a bit of a masterclass so far this morning. There's a hit from her. This wave a little smaller, and she'll just plug away with these turns. Nice little steep section opening up here, puts a bit more spark into that one, and again tags it hard, and the flow still very much on point. That thing was ridiculous. She goes upside down into this inside section. It's real shallow in there. She'll want to get out, look after board and body. Caroline Marks on fire.
Good night, Irene. That was fun to watch.
The Goofy Footers on fire here this morning.
Let's go.
So we watch the replay here of Caroline Marks just driving down the line again, like you said, Strider, that patience, picking these moments, the timing, absolutely perfect. And I love how she sits on these bottom turns, lengthens them out, draws to that perfect moment, and then hooks it up into the lip. Brings it all the way down the line here. And she just got better and better with every turn, didn't she, really?
And we're looking at live action here. Gilmore just going through the paces, really, looking to try and just wash off, really. This heat has been not a great one for her. Not loads on offer, just the 6.33. And ultimately, she's just come up against a surfer, really, just irresistible. And she'll know that. Sometimes you just got to process on the way the ocean, the way the rhythm and the opportunities were offered up to your opponent, not to you. Massive numbers for Caroline Marks. What a total. And she'll just want to keep that going. The swell has definitely picked up here. It's absolutely beautiful looking out there. We've wrapped up the women's opening rounds.